Yes, Ms. Hassim.
Thanks, Commissioner. I think we're ready to play the video.
Are ready to take the keys to the college on the 4th. So by Monday, if we haven't received anything, we close. We'll have sent members that are short, and that process of the non-performance by the service provider, that process are already directed that it must start. So
Yes, General.
Thank you, Commissioners. My files have just developed some legs. Maybe they're still coming. My files. Yeah, but I've taken note of the clip. I also listened to it, but I will request that it be played, and then where there is that blocks of numbers and everything, then we just pause it there and zoom a little bit.
Who took General Senona's files? Oh, I'm told somebody is fetching them, General.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, Commissioners, if they can zoom this one. I'm not sure if the Commissioners are able to see.
Yes, we do have it in front of us, General.
May I proceed, Commissioners?
Sorry, General? Oh, yes, please, yes.
Thank you, Commissioners. When you look at this document and you zoom deeper onto it, it does not depict a date on it, on the very same clip that has been played here. One would realize that this is a recording of a laptop screen. You can see on the what you call. What is significant to note, Commissioners, is that this is a virtual meeting. When you look there on the top, what is it called, toolbar or what? And also, it is unknown whose meeting is this. For example, whether is it the SAPS meeting that is convened by SAPS, or whether this meeting is convened by service provider. And it does not speak about termination, Commissioners. It speaks about non-performance. It is difficult to confirm what is this meeting really about from the beginning until to the end, because this clip is very short. Commissioners, attendees of these meetings are indicated there on top. If you see on the far left on top, there's the initials LN. We don't know who is that. But number 2, I'm going to jump it now. I'll come back to it. It's TE, MG, GS, and so on. But number 2, Commissioners, if you zoom it correctly, you'll see that that number 2 from the LN, it is a logo of Medicare 24. Commissioner, I went and zoomed it properly and checked. I can display it like this on my phone. After I received this, I couldn't be able to play it.
May we have that, please?
Yes, I can. Let me screenshot. Okay.
Is it only the 24 showing on there, or is it, I don't think it's the whole thing, not what's above, but what's within the circle?
There is the circle and everything, Commissioner, if you zoom it. If he can bring the phone, I'll open something to show the Commissioner.
Okay. I think I've seen everything you may explain. Yeah, I think I will follow when you explain. Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, thank you.
Now,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Have you seen it, Ms. Mafisa, or would you also want to see it?
Chairperson, I've seen it.
Oh, you've
Thank
seen
you.
it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
thank you, Commissioners.
Yes, General.
Actually, attendees of the meeting, it is the others are shown by initials. We don't know exactly who is who, and as well as the convener. When you look at the number 2, that where there is 24, you look at those lines that circle like this, it depicts exactly the logo of what I've just presented before the commissioners. Commissioners, when you look at it, there is no SAPS logo on it. Now, what I want to say, Commissioners, is that I was lambasted that I have received this document that was an internal police meeting that I knew and then I should have done something about it. I think one of the commissioners, as well as the evidence leader, emphasized vigorously that there was a police logo on this, on I think it's Tuesday, if my memory serves me well. And for me, without analyzing properly, this is extremely misleading because there is no indication that this is an internal SAPS meeting. Commissioner, to conclude this, you can see that Medicare 24 was a participant here. What we can't determine is who was the convener of this meeting. And a picture was painted in that General Senona received a sensitive police information from Mr. Matlala and decided to do nothing about it. And this information is about the termination of the Medicare contract, as well as that it has a police logo on it. And when we went after we have received it, by the way, it's one of the things that we were able to open through the assistance of the commissioner. And then we went and looked into this. It leaves much to be desired for in relations of the evidence. Sometimes when it is presented before the commission against people, it has a serious negative impact. So I'm very much thankful to be given this opportunity to go and look at this document so that whatever I'm seeing there, I must come and advise the commissioners. This is what I'm seeing, this is what it is there. And we don't even know who is talking on that platform because there's a voice of a human being that is talking on these recordings. I submit.
Thank you for that, and thank you for the observations, General. But one thing I wish to comment on is that unless you point to something specific, there is no basis for then saying the evidence that's being laid before this commission leaves too much to be desired. So, yes, you've made your point with regard to the video, but there is no basis for you to be general about your observations. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Commissioner.
you.
I apologize for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Ms. Hasim, do you wish to say anything? Ms. Mafisa, do you wish to say anything? I'm sorry.
No,
I
I'm
think
okay.
he has made the General has made the point.
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Ms. Mafisa.
General, I just want to check with you. Did you get witness X's statement? Was it given to you?
I believe so.
Yes, because the point you are raising, it's paragraph 33 of witness X's statement. And all that he said there, I'm going to read it for you. On 6 February 2025, Mr. Matlala sends Senona a video clip which appears to be a secret recording of an internal audit meeting within SAPS, in which the speaker is heard to say that the non-performance process has started. It sounds to me that the voice belongs to General Nkua. The contract in question appears to be that of Mr. Matlala's company, Medicare 24 Tshwane. Mr. Matlala is the shareholder of this company. So that is the evidence that was laid before this commission. And you've heard that statement, so you should have had no difficulty responding to that allegation.
The clip, Commissioner, the difficulty is that the clip couldn't open. You can't only rely on the statement, whereas they're talking about the clip. That's my submission, Commissioners.
Yes, Ms. Asim?
Chair, I asked my questions yesterday on this, and I'm satisfied. I don't need to go any further. Thank you.
Yes. I'm inviting you to proceed.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, General. Can we, I think now what we'll do is use file 2 of 3. That's the file we'll make reference to. General, I just have a few questions for you. And they relate to your evidence in your statement regarding the Port Shepstone drug bust. So this next series of questions relates to that issue. You spoke on the first day, on your first day that you were here, about other. In fact, you listed a number of successful drug busts in KZN. Did I get that right?
In my opening statement, Commissioners, I did highlight the value and the kilograms of the seizures of drugs that were seized in KwaZulu-Natal.
You list your successes. I think you called it successes.
Correct, Commissioner.
Yes. Okay, so you've have experience in conducting those kind of operations of seizure of large amounts of illicit drugs. Is that correct?
Correct, Commissioners.
And you would be familiar then with the protocols and instructions that govern that procedure.
I know, if not all, of the protocol and the procedures. If there is a problem of maybe sometimes doubt, we will go consult those documents if there is a need.
Sure. I'm just saying that you're experienced in conducting those kind of operations. And
yes.
So and in conducting it, you implement the protocols and the instructions, correct?
Implement.
Yes.
We comply. We do our best to comply with the protocols and
Okay.
directives.
So the two of the documents that were provided to you of the weekend before you came here are in this file, 2 of 3. The first document is the protocol. It's at page 436. You see that?
I am
It's
on page
436.
436, Commissioners.
That's a protocol on the search, seizure, handling, processing, and disposition of illicit drugs. Are you familiar with this document?
I've read this document after I've received it from the Commission, and over and above that, some of the portions of it, I recall them, that this is one of the procedures that needs to be followed. But I see it was signed in 2016. I might not be aware when have I seen it, other than seeing it again now recently with the Commission. So, but in terms of us seizing the drugs and everything, we know basically what needs to happen, Commissioners.
Are you saying that this was the first time you've seen it when the Commission provided it to you?
I've never said that. I'm saying I might have seen it, but I don't remember. I see it was signed in 2016. And I saw it to read it when it was provided by me, by the Commission. Not that I've never seen it before. I may have seen it.
You may have seen it before.
Yes.
You just don't recall. Okay.
Yes, Commissioners.
All right. So you read it when it was provided to you by the Commission.
Correct, Commissioners.
Okay. And then the second document is at 446, and that, if you'll go there.
You say page?
446.
I see it, Commissioners.
And it reads National Instruction 1 of 2015, Crime Scene Management. Have you seen this document before?
Correct.
Before the Commission provided?
Correct, Commissioners.
Okay. Thanks. So let's turn to the content of your statement. It relates to a seizure of cocaine, if I understand correctly, about half a ton of cocaine. Is that right?
Correct, Commissioners.
Where exactly was it seized?
Isipingo, Commissioners. There is a depot. There at the harbor, there are depots there around the harbor where containers are stored. So in one of the depots there, the members received information and they went to the depot. Actually, I'm just looking for the name of the storage depot facility. It's a warehouse, not warehouse security staff. I want the actual name, but it is there at Isipingo depot.
It's a warehouse for containers, for shipping containers.
It's something like that.
Okay. And when drugs, particularly of that amount, that size, are seized, where would they normally be stored?
As I've indicated in my evidence on Tuesday, Commissioners, when we seize these drugs, normally they are supposed to be stored either at the police station, but from there they must be taken to the forensic science laboratory.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. If we could just turn back to that protocol I showed you, just to refresh your memory. On page 442.
442.
Yes.
I am there, Commissioners.
I think what you're referring to is paragraph 5.8 submission of illicit drugs for forensic analysis. Is that right?
Correct.
And according to that provision, it says that all illicit drugs must be submitted to the chemistry section of the Forensic Science Laboratory, otherwise known as FSL, within 7 days after it is handed in at the police station.
Correct, Commissioners. I see that the paragraph 5.8.
Thank you.
Can I respond, or you wanted me to respond, or are you just reading?
No, I will come back to it. I'm just making, you referred to the fact that it needs to go for forensic analysis, and you just reminded me that it is part of the protocol that it should go within 7 days to the Forensic Science Laboratory. And I just want to point out two other aspects of the protocol. Paragraph 5.6, sub A, requires that all illicit drugs must be packaged and then sealed separately in evidence sealing bags as per individual case. Do you see that?
I see that, Commissioners.
And then just one more, and that's in paragraph 5.7. 5.7b reads, illicit drugs are kept separate. I'm just reading the relevant part. Illicit drugs are kept separate from other general exhibits in steel cabinets, police trunks, safes, and strong rooms that can be locked by only one key handler. Do you see that?
Yes, Commissioners.
Okay. So when the drugs were seized at the warehouse, what would have been the closest appropriate storage space for the drugs?
Commissioners, as I have testified that where the drugs were seized, there is a police station called Isipingo. And the members went to Isipingo to book those exhibits at SAPS Isipingo. And I was informed by the members that Isipingo said they don't have storage facilities, but the seizure can be written into the SAP 13. The Forensic Science Laboratory was called to come to the scene. I think it's Colonel Kuzwayo. And eventually, Colonel Kuzwayo informed them that they cannot come to the scene. They only attend the scene where it is a clandestine laboratory. If maybe I have answered your question.
So you say that there's no storage space for drugs at the Isipingo police station. That's what
Yes, that is what my members were informed, and then they further called the Forensic Science Laboratory in KwaZulu-Natal, and then Colonel Kuzwayo, who is the chemistry section commander, told them that they also don't have a facility to store because there was a problem with the flooding.
And is it correct that there's no storage space at Isipingo police station?
That is what I was informed, and it is correct, maybe because of the volume of these drugs.
Have you subsequently established that, in fact, there was no storage space at Isipingo police station?
I never went to the police station.
Okay.
When the seizures are happening, Commissioners, I normally don't visit the crime scenes because the members that are there, they are capable of handling the crime scene in terms of this other directive that is on page 446. So it is an expectation that the members will do the due diligence there. And I don't think they will come and tell me that there was space, but we decided to take them there. They did engage immediately, and the counting and weighing and everything happened there at Isipingo SAPS.
I'm just asking you whether you were able to establish for yourself, then or any time afterwards, whether there is storage space at Isipingo Police Station.
Commissioners, I didn't go and establish.
Okay, that's fine. Is there any...
Maybe,
Sorry.
Mr. Sim, just to be clear, I think you speak of whether there is storage space, and the general is speaking about for that quantity. You understand the distinction? So I think let's be
Well,
clear what is the point of
yes.
disagreement, because there may well be storage space in Isipingo, but not for that amount. So I think
No,
let's be
I
clear
mean
what
for that amount. I mean
Okay.
for these particular drugs.
Okay.
That's so appropriate storage space.
My members were informed there is no space.
Okay, so I think the answer remains the same. Thank you. Is there any other... So here you have a very large haul of cocaine. Is there any other space close to the site where the drugs were seized where it would be appropriate to store them?
While these challenges were experienced of the storage facility by my members, I have indicated that a brigadier who is responsible for serious organized crime called me and reported this challenge. And he made suggestions that we do have a safe facility where we previously stored large quantities of drugs, and then as a result of us not getting assistance at the Isipingo as well as the local forensic science laboratory, I recommend or suggest that we store it there. Then I said, if we store it there, you say previously there was this type of storage. Then I agreed to that suggestion that there in Port Shepstone, these drugs can be stored. And there, when they were stored, I did went and have a look at the storage facility the strong safe. And then I saw it is appropriate to store that volume. And then before they were handed in, other exhibits that were in that store were removed so that we can store these drugs. They were stored, I think, alone. They were placed there alone, these drugs. And I was comfortable and happy that this is a safe place to store these drugs.
Okay, so you approved the storage of the drugs at the Port Shepstone Hawks office?
I did agree based on the fact that the forensic laboratory at Amanzimtoti said they don't have storage facility. And then the police station said they don't have storage facility for these drugs. And again, it has been a practice before my time that drugs were stored in that storage facility.
And you say there was no storage facility closer to where the drugs were. That's why Port Shepstone. I mean, how far away from Isipingo is Port Shepstone?
Can be 100 kilos plus. I must just get my calculation, but 100 kilos plus, unless the commissioner wants to assist me.
No, I wanted to. It's just over 100, I think.
Thank you, Commissioner.
So I just wanted to understand if there wasn't any other storage space closer.
No, there wasn't, according to me, where they could have got help. But I don't know if they ask other police stations, because with me, I know that the Pretoria Forensic Laboratory said they don't have space because they requested me before even this a bust that I need to give a disposal order for certain drugs that were taken to them on a previous occasion. But commissioners, I must mention that, if I'm allowed, that after this theft, the storage facilities were available. Other drugs we were able to bring them to Pretoria. The police station will keep them for 5 or not more than 5 days. We were put under pressure. I will use my budget to transport those drugs to Pretoria, requesting the combat teams from the office of the provincial commissioner to deliver these other drugs after the theft. And at one instance, I know I didn't say it in my evidence in chief, but now that I'm also questioned, at one instance, the provincial commissioner assisted me to transport the drugs to Cape Town Forensic Science Laboratory. So in KwaZulu-Natal, it is a problem.
Okay, so you're saying there wasn't anything closer? There was no other police station closer? That's what you're saying? That's why Port Shepstone
There
was
are
where...
other police stations closer, but...
I mean, with appropriate storage space,
the
obviously.
Commissioners, what I was advised of, and then I went and have a look, I was comfortable, and then indeed, previously, the safes, that facility was utilized as a storage facility for drugs. It is an unfortunate situation, Commissioners. This time, under my watch, these ones were stolen.
So I'm interested in why you say it was safe, because were there other break-ins before this at the Port Shepstone office?
Commissioners, after this theft of the trucks, it came to my attention that there was breakings there in relation to people, these street people, hobos, I'm sorry to say so, but it's for lack of a better word.
Homeless.
Come again, sir?
Homeless people.
Homeless.
Yeah, thank you very much. Homeless peasants. It's like the disability, persons with disability, they put it somewhere. So, but thank you for assistance. Those homeless persons, they will come and break after the effect, and then I realized that they were stealing in the offices laptops of members, and then they were arrested, and those laptops were recovered. The suspects were arrested, and other breakings. It's also the homeless people. You'll see when I read the reports. It was after the effect when it came to my attention. Then they break the kitchen window in order to come in there using a stone. You'll find a stone that was utilized to break the kitchen window. And these break-ins were discovered by members upon them when they do the visit after hours, sometimes in the morning when they report for duty. Those are there are several incidents that were brought under my attention after the theft. But should I knew this before, maybe my decision to agree would have been otherwise.
When did the theft take place?
Which one?
The theft of these drugs that we are under discussion.
November 2021.
November 2021.
Yeah.
So you be very clear that it was, if you had known, then you wouldn't have done this. Can you please go to page 536?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So do you recognize this document?
Yes, Commissioners, I do recognize this document.
Can you go to the second page of the document, the last page?
537.
537, yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
And what is the date of the document?
2020-01-22.
January 22, January
2020.
2020.
Correct, Commissioners.
Okay, so almost 2 years, well, a year and 8 to 9 months before the theft took place, right?
Okay, Commissioners.
And who prepared this document?
Commissioners, I see at the bottom there's initial SR Singh.
Is that the section commander for counterintelligence, KZN?
According to what is written here, correct, Commissioners?
And it was sent to you
When?
on the same date?
Commissioners, this document, I want us to go to 536 so that I can respond. Page 536. If you look at address B, it says the Provincial Head, Directorate for Priority Crime Investigations, KwaZulu-Natal. Then you go on page 537, the date there, it says 2020-01-2022. It is not possible that this document was sent to me on this date. On this date, I was working at Division Detective Service, the Division Detective and Forensic Services at head office. I was not within the DPCI on this date. I was not a member of the DPCI. So this document, I've never received it.
So it was sent to the provincial head of the DPCI
At KZN?
at KZN.
Correct, Commissioners.
And you became the provincial head.
Correct, Commissioners.
And this was never brought to your attention. You didn't know about these thefts.
I didn't know about this document as well as the other theft, except that there are only two house breakings that happened while I was there.
So I'm going to take you back because, let's just actually, before we leave this document, go to paragraph 4 of the document. Because this is what it says about the office itself, the building,
I see
right? Which you then came to be in charge of, right?
Yes.
So paragraph 4 says a general inspection conducted by this office previously of the premises revealed the following in terms of MISS security measures. 1, no CCTV cameras are installed in and around the premises. 2, there's no early warning alarm systems in place within the office space, more especially in offices located on the ground floor. 3, no beam sensors located exterior to the office accommodation. And then if you go to the comments, it's the recommendations of how to address those shortcomings. Correct?
Correct.
Were those shortcomings ever fixed?
Commissioners, I was not privy to this document. I agree that address B is the provincial head before my time. And I've already indicated a few minutes ago that this document, I have not seen it before until such time that the commission has provided me with this document.
Okay. So let's go.
Sorry, Advocate. It's going to be difficult for me to talk about this document. Hence, it was never brought under my attention. I saw it when I was presented. It was presented by the commission.
We don't need to talk about the document. You've confirmed that this was the findings in 2020. I asked you whether those had been addressed, because this is now about the office, the building. So what I was asking you is whether there are now CCTV cameras, early warning system, beam sensors, etc.
All I know, the alarm system was there when the theft took place. But this is the recommendations, but all I know, the alarm system was in place. And further to that, I did apply for security personnel to be appointed in order to be deployed there to guard the building. Now recently, they advertised the post now recently. Even the process of shortlisting and appointing, it has not yet started. Now. I think, January, this month.
Oh, so after the theft?
Correct.
Okay. And if you look at, so this report that we were just looking at is attached to a report by General Mosikidi, which is at page 428. 528, apologies.
528.
528.
I see that.
And if you see paragraph 1 says the purpose of this information note is to appraise the national head on the feedback regarding the housebreaking and theft of 541 kg cocaine from serious organized crime unit officers at number 2 Princess Elizabeth Drive in Port Shepstone. That's the Port Shepstone Hawks office, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And General Mosikidi says about the thefts, if I can just find the right paragraph. Yes, about the security aspect. It's page 533.
533.
Yes. Before I go here, can you please remind me, General, when did you take over the position of provincial head in KZN?
I was appointed on the 1st of August 2020. Then I reported on the 1st of, on September? 1st or 2nd of September. I don't know if it is a Monday, the 1st. Then I started on the 1st. If it
Page
is
7 of your CV.
CV.
Your CV. It says 1 August 2020. That's when you assumed the position.
Is the appointment, which means that is the date of appointment, Commissioner. And then what happens is, if I may just clarify that one, when you are appointed, you don't, it is difficult for you to go immediately. What happens where you are, you must have the process of handing over. And clearing up the office, you go and do the visit, you must look for accommodation before you go there. Because when you go there, you must already have accommodation. Because I was from Gauteng here at head office, in Pretoria, head office, commissioners. So physically, I took up the post, I think it was the 1st or 2nd of September.
Of 2020?
Of 2020.
Okay. All right, so now if we look at page 533, under paragraph 4, General Mosikidi deals with what she calls the security aspect. And she notes that the Port Shepstone office was broken into 8 times since 2011. But if you look at the last 3 instances, they were 15 January 2021, 11 October 2021, and then, of course, the 8th November 2021. So those 3 were while you were the provincial head, correct?
No, incorrect. Commissioners, I'm saying it is incorrect. It is correct with the last 2, not the last 3.
Sorry, I thought you said 20 September 2020.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. I think I missed to see here. Yeah, January. Yeah. Yes, commissioners. Yeah, correct.
Correct. It's the last 3, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. These last 3 took place when you were the provincial head.
Yes.
And in fact, the second last one, 11 October, was the month before the theft of this 541 kgs of cocaine. It was just the month before.
Just a month before,
yes.
Commissioners. Can I say this? The last one is the actual theft of the cocaine. The last one.
Yes.
So before the actual theft of the cocaine, that's why I was confused earlier. It was 2.
I think we've agreed that the last 3, while you were provincial head, and that's right, the last 3 instances here.
That is not in dispute.
Okay, all right. I'm not sure
However,
why
I was
you're
just-
revisiting it. So I'm pointing out...
The revisiting advocate commissioners, sorry. Okay.
Start from the beginning, what you were saying, General?
When I say the revisiting,
Yes.
the revisiting, it was to say this was the last one is the actual theft. The two, they happened before the actual theft. That is the revisiting. I wanted to clarify that, commissioners.
Yes, we're clear on that. All three happened while you were provincial head.
Correct?
Yes. And I'm saying that the second last one happened just the month prior to the theft of the 541 kg.
Correct?
And if you turn over the page, 534, at paragraph 4.4, General Mosikidi says, based on this glaring security breaches, it is not clear what motivated the provincial management to consider the Port Shepstone as a safe place to store drugs of such high value. What is your comment on that?
Although I've seen this document when I was presented with the files by the commission, I'm saying, commissioners, these breakings, from the actual theft, the last two, they happened under my watch. And these top ones, all of them, they didn't happen under my watch. And I was not aware about them. The only ones that I'm aware of is these two. Already, when this one of October happened, we gave directives that they must speedily finalize the investigation of these drugs because we needed the Section 212 report in order for us to make a decision to dispose this. And these two are those breakings where I said the homeless people, where we saw the stone, they utilized the stone to break the kitchen window, of which we believe those people were looking for food. It was not something that was very, very serious that it can cause a concern. But I do see the paragraph 4.4 of General Musikidi, and based on what was presented before her, when she wrote this report, these things were presented before her.
Earlier. Oh, continue, General.
Hence, earlier I said, if I knew about this series before, I wouldn't have maybe agreed. It would have changed my decision to agree to store there.
General, just for clarity, I want to deal with the two break-ins just before the theft of the drugs. CAS 165, January 2021. Where exactly was the break-in in respect of that, and what was stolen?
It was on the side of the kitchen door, Commissioner. On the side of the kitchen, a kitchen window pane was broken by a stone. Yes, Commissioner.
And what was stolen on that occasion?
There was nothing. There was no entry. They couldn't gain entry.
And then CAS 116 of October 2021, the break-in, where exactly was that and what was stolen?
I'm going there, Commissioners. 116.
Yes.
Commissioners, they couldn't gain entry. It was also the same modus operandi, that the window pane was broken by a stone.
And then when was the break-in that resulted in the theft of, did you say laptops? Please just remind me, you did say when that was.
Yes.
I thought perhaps that was one of these two.
It's not one of these two,
Okay,
Commissioners.
when was that one?
It's the ones before me. I can't exactly, I'm unable to tell the Commissioner
All
now,
right.
this is this, until if I can be given opportunity to
No,
request a report.
I have the clarity I need. Thank you very much, General.
Thank you,
Yes, Ms. Hassim.
Thank you. So you were aware of the thefts from before your time?
Which ones now? I know about these two. I became aware
Sorry, the
of
laptop theft, when did that happen?
Commissioners. I indicated I knew about this after the fact. These others.
Oh, I see. The
Yeah.
laptop theft you discovered after the fact.
I was informed about
Okay.
them after the fact.
So,
Sorry, Ms. Hassim. And the thefts were from offices, you
Yeah.
said.
Well, if I remember very well, I think they broke windows. They were breaking windows, and then the battlers, then they will break those things, go into the office, steal a laptop, go. According to what was.
When I refer to the office, I'm trying to make a distinction between the safe or strong room and offices. So were the thefts from offices or from the strong room?
From offices, Commissioner, not the storeroom.
Yes, Ms. Hassim.
thank you, Chair. So I just want to ask the following, based on what had been recommended by the earlier report we were looking at. And you'll see it's, General Mosikili refers to it, she says in 4.3, but it's really over the page,
4 point.
the bullet points. What I'd like to ask you is whether there are perimeter beam sensors around the ground floor of the office.
There are no perimeter beams. I indicated that the only thing that I know that is there is the alarm system that was there. And then I further indicated that I participated in ensuring that we need security guards. Currently, they've just advertised posts. The process of appointing security guards for those buildings is underway.
And there are no infrared sensors in the interior offices. There are no infrared sensors.
No, there are no infrared sensors.
And the alarm system that you had at the time, the drugs were stored there, was the alarm connected to an armed response company?
The alarm was connected to the owner. I can't recall if there was an armed response as well as the acting unit commander's phone. If anything happens, there are no people. You'll get some sense of, you'll get either a call or some sense of notices that there is something that is not right. And I know this because in my old office, it was connected to me, to my cell phone.
Okay, and then the last one was what was required was upgrading and repairs of the perimeter lighting. Can you comment on the perimeter lighting at the building?
Which one? Page?
Where I was, 534.
534. Paragraph?
It's the same bullet points that I was dealing with.
Which bullet? Oh, the last one.
Yes.
The last bullet. Commissioners, I've never visited these offices during the night. I'm unable to talk to this one. Late at night, I'm unable to talk to this one.
Okay.
If it's one of the storage facilities that you use, wouldn't you check and have an interest at least in the security of the place? How secure is it? And I think the question consider the question against that kind of background, that you are the head, and then you would have an interest in where exhibits are stored, and so and that interest would include how secure the place is.
Commissioner, thank you for that question. The fact that there were previous storage there at that facility, I took comfort of that, and the offices, there is a street here, and I don't want to assume that there are lights, but I've never visited it after hours. Maybe one would have maybe asked that, but I took comfort because previously there were storage and nothing happened to those storages.
When were
General,
those?
just a moment. What worries me is that your evidence yesterday, you showed us a photograph from July 2018, and you said they've stored drugs here before in 2018, and based on that, I took comfort that this facility is safe. But now we are seeing that in 2011, 2018, 2020, twice, 2021, twice, there were these incidents. Did you not inquire about the facility before you took the decision that the drugs should be stored there?
It never crossed my mind. I didn't, Commissioner.
So your reliance on the 2018 incident, that was after the fact. It's not like you had investigated and determined that this is a safe facility because in the past few years things were stored here and nothing happened.
I took comfort into that, Commissioner. That's why I agreed for the exhibit to be stored there.
But when did you learn that in 2018 drugs were stored at the same facility? When did you become aware of that?
While they were still there at the Isipingo, before we made even storage, there were phone calls that were made, Commissioners. That is when I've learned about that. On the day of the seizure, there at Isipingo.
How long were that 2018 that gave you comfort, how long were those drugs stored at the Port Shepstone office?
I can't give an exact time, but until the case was finalized, one will have to go and check the records so that I can be able to give the exact, because the records must be there. We will just check the case number and everything and check the record. Then I'll be able to provide the exact time frame.
Okay, so your response to the Commission on the issue of safety of the office is that you took comfort in the fact that in 2018 there were drugs that were stored there, but you didn't otherwise do any checks yourself on the security and safety features of the office.
The security and safety features, I didn't check, but I said I went on the day when these exhibits were placed there. I inspected the safe myself. I was there.
No, I'm just distinguishing for now between the safe and the building itself, because it seems it wasn't that difficult to get into the building.
You say it seems, but according